I'm LP Master 6. As you can see, we now have the light medallion because last time the game crashed right after we aged up 7 whole years, were robbed of our childhood, found out that we had led Ganondorf into the sacred realm to steal the Triforce, which we knew was going to happen because of A Link to the Past at some point, and we met this mysterious character, Sheik, the survivor of the Sheikah race. The Sheikah are confirmed to just be Hylians, by the way. That was a more recent development. Some people thought they were a different species at some point, but no, they are just a race of people. They're just like a tribe with their own, genetic line and anything, just like any nationality or anything like that. But they are just Hylians, but that's not what you care to hear about. The world is different now. It's been 7 years. We get to see how everything has changed. First of all, look at that sheath. I know you can't see it very well, but the Master Sword sheath is really cool. When I said level 2 sword before, when I was talking about the sold out sign being an actual functional item if you hack it in the game, and it is the level 2 sword, I meant the Master Sword. But as Navi said, there are several things we can't use now. We can't use the Kokiri sword, but who cares? We have the fucking Master Sword. We couldn't use the Deku shield if mine didn't burn. We can't use the Goron's bracelet because we're an adult and we don't need it anymore. We can lift all that stuff normally. We can not use the slingshot or Deku sticks or the boomerang, even though we just got it. It's practically useless. You can use it for that stretch and go back and get stuff, but that's it. Again, you're not locked out of anything, so there's other ways to get that stuff after you get more adult items. We can't use magic beans, though we are not locked out of using these two forever, so don't worry about that. And we cannot use any masks at all. So another reason the mask trading quest might be completely useless. But we talked to all the gossip stones we could while we had the chance. We also can still use our spells here. And bombs, the Ocarina obviously, Deku Nut sadly, and Bomb Chew, and anything you can put in a bottle we can still use. The map's the same. Let's stop procrastinating and let's go out. Also, we can use the Hylian shield as a regular shield now, which is pretty cool. Let's see how Hyrule Castle Town has changed, and the castle itself. We can't talk to you guys, but if we could, I'm willing to bet you'd say the same exact thing, because you're rocks. Yep! It's destroyed! This is the lively, bustling market from before. It's even uglier now, but it's full of zombies. It's full of horrifying re-deads. Are these the former residents? Or are these just Ganon's soldiers, or what? Can you imagine the guilt that Link is feeling? He wasn't ready for his chosen task. Should we believe what Sheik said and go to Kakariko Village? First, let's check up on Hyrule Castle. Yeah, it's destroyed. And what's left of it has been turned into some sort of fortress or tower, or you could even say it's called Ganon's Castle. Oh, the desolate music. At least we still have birds, so it's not that desolate. I don't know if the birds are supposed to sound creepy, but I don't think so. But we cannot reach that, obviously. And what if we go back here? I believe this is the path where, yeah, that's like where the fairy fountain used to be and everything, I think. This is like right past where the vines used to be, but we do have no way to get this Skulltula. Oops. Because we can't use the boomerang as an adult. We don't have an adult item with long reach yet, so we can't get the token. I don't even think we can kill it yet. I mean, I guess we technically could if we really timed our bombs perfectly, but Yeah, there's nobody here. Nobody alive, nothing to do, no buildings to enter except the old guard shack. It plays the potion shop music. I think. I'm pretty sure this is the potion shop music. I think that jar always has 20 rupees in it, which is pretty cool. But look at this. First of all, we're using the Master Sword, which is really cool, but we're taller than the pots now, so they're a lot harder to hit. And we have this guy. Oh, you are quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome, too. Your name is Wayne, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for a business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Poes, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyard. They hate the world. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it. Yeah, we can catch Poes whenever we want. And sell them for, I don't remember how many rupees they go for. But I think it's neat. There's a drawing of the Triforce tacked to the wall. That guy, if you'll remember the guard who was originally in the guard shack, he says, keep this just between you and me. Or however he phrases it. But I think things would be a lot more interesting if there were more troubles in the world. People seem to think that guard was turned into the Poe Collector by Ganon, which is terrifying. But the signs all say the same thing, though they have gotten taller in the last 7 years. Who got out here and replaced all the signs to be slightly taller? I never noticed that until I read it somewhere. These are just regular Poes. We could get you and sell you, but I'm not worried about rupees. We cannot buy bomb shoes right now anyway. We are actually going to go to the ranch. But on our way there, I want to mention and play you something. There is an unused cutscene in the game's files that is exactly the same as the Chamber of Sages cutscene we just watched last time, where Rauru, the ancient sage, tells us all about, the destiny and why we had to age up 7 years because the Master Sword thought we weren't ready, blah, blah, blah. But all the text is replaced with the fact that Rauru is not yet open for business. Isn't that hilarious? It cracked me up when I read it. It just kept going on and on. I wasn't going to play the whole thing, of course, but it is there. But I think you got the gist of it. Welcome to the ranch. Let's go visit Talon. So if you'll remember, this is his bedroom up here. Not that he would let us in at night, but we could have if we played the Sun Song. But now he lets us in, and that's not Talon at all. That's Ingo. Okay, he's not a bee. Stop that song. Interesting, huh? Well, we do have the light medallion, and I will say, most people think, and it seems to be basically proven, I believe, that there was originally going to be a temple of light. There were going to be 6 temples instead of the 5 that Sheik told us about. Now, she gave us descriptions of them all and told us to go to the Forest Temple for starters. Obviously, we're going to do everything we can before we actually do that. Speaking of, there is nothing to do here at night, so let's go ahead and... I almost said age up. We already did that. You don't do that again. You only do that the one time. But earlier in development, not only was there going to be a light temple, but the 6 medallions were going to be usable items that had magical powers. So instead of these spells, we were going to have 6 spells done by the medallions. That was taken out after a certain point, but they did all have powers I'll be going over later. I don't want to overwhelm you with information right now, but, I mean, we see our goal right here on the screen. Very nice. And guess what? In the daytime, look who it is. Oh, no, there's no first person. Oh, a visitor. It's been a long time since we've had a visitor here. Where did you come from? Since Ganondorf came, people in the castle town have gone. Places have been ruined and monsters are wandering everywhere. Mr. Ingo is just using the ranch to gain Ganondorf's favor. Everyone seems to be turning evil. But Dad? He was kicked out of the ranch by Mr. Ingo. If I disobey Mr. Ingo, he will treat the horses so badly. So, there's nothing I can do. All hope is lost, huh? Well, guess what? We're the fucking hero of time, and we're gonna fix everybody's troubles, because that's what you do in a Zelda game. Here we go! I did have one more thing, as we enjoy this a little bit here, to say about that last cutscene. Initially, in an earlier version of the plot, Rauru was going to be the sage in the Temple of Light. Which, I can see why they took that out. You'll see why later. He doesn't really fit the themes of the other sages. But originally, the man in the Chamber of Sages was going to be not only Raru's ancestor, he was going to call himself an ancient sage, but he originally said all 6 sages are his descendants. Which is interesting because they're all different races, practically. So, are they all like... Was there originally some master race that had some branched evolution, like in ancient times? I find that fascinating. So, even though this, the Ocarina of Time, is ancient compared to A Link to the Past, even still, Rauru is from an even more ancient time. And I find that interesting. So, shall we finally talk to Mr. Ingo? There are some people in Kakariko spreading rumors that I cheated Talon out of the ranch, but... Don't be ridiculous. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hard-working Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me. Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride one of my fine horses? Pay me 10 rupees and you can ride. Let's ride, baby. Do you want to hear how to ride? Approach the horse quietly and stand by its side. Press A to mount up. Use the control stick to make it run. Once it starts running, press A to tap it with the whip. It will speed up. Originally, the whip was going to be visible. It is not visible, so you don't have to worry about whipping the horses and feeling badly, because it's invisible. It's just implied. Not like Yoshi, where he's not punching Yoshi's head. That's fake news. He's just pointing. If you try to jump over a fence at an angle, the horse won't like it, and it won't jump. After the horse comes to a complete stop, press A to dismount. Now, have fun! Thank you so much! Alright, he shuts us in the gate and gives us 1 minute. But guess what? We can ride horses! We can ride any of these! All the 3 different models of horse, which of course includes... Well, this one sucks. How about we find a better horse? Because there is only 1 horse in the game for me, and you guessed it. Look! It's Adult Epona, and she's scared of us. How do we fix that? Not that song. That's the wrong song. My bad. I'm going to have to look it up, of course. I mean, we haven't had a use for it up to this point, except for getting milk from cows. Up, left, right, up, left, right. If you did not learn this as a kid, you cannot do this yet. You are locked out of this for a while. Hanging out with Epona. which is, of course, what they want us to do. This is not required at all. You never have to go to the ranch at all. So, don't worry about that. We got a whole 20 seconds or so to do this. I'm not actually sure what we're supposed to be doing, really. But okay, we did that. We jumped the 2 fences, got some rupees out of it, just because that's how the game works. Makes no sense in universe. When you want to dismount, stop and press A. Hey, young man, do I know you? I just felt as though I've seen you somewhere before. If you use Z targeting, you can talk to me from horseback. Are you ready to go home so soon? No, I want to ride. When your time is up, I'll kick you out of here. So this is what it's like to support a large corporation. We're doing a terrible thing giving this man money. Hey, time's up, young man. You only paid 10 rupees. You've played around long enough. So let's go back in. We don't need to hear how to ride. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to do here. I think you have to do this twice. Oh yeah, Epona still runs from you. Oh, I don't know why I didn't play the last time. But I know some people probably thought it was stupid that I kept it a secret. Because I'm sure most people know that you age up. Maybe not the whole 7 years. Maybe they didn't know that. But it's in the manual and everything. There's a reason they say Child Link cannot use bombs or dive. That's just wrong. But like they tell you specifically about the 2 different time periods. Because it's essentially supposed to be a parallel between the Light and Dark worlds and A Link to the Past. You're getting better. How about a little race with me? 1 lap around the corral with that horse. Let's make a little wager. Say 50 rupees? Do it. I forgot about the wager. We might actually be screwed here. And of course, he gets a tiny little head start and cuts you off. That's okay. I think we got this. I'm actually not that good at this. Especially when he cuts you off over and over. Dude! Alright, we're going to have to... Okay, he said 1 lap. Can we do this? Yeah, okay. We're ahead of him. We're good. We're just going to stay ahead. Ooh. Yeah! We did it! Watch him slap his horse's ass. Look at his neck hair. It cracks me up. Shoot! If the great Ganondorf found out about this humiliation... Hey, you! How about another race? If you win, you can keep the horse. This race is slightly harder, I believe, and we already narrowly won the last time, so that worries me a bit. Alright, just keep our speed. Okay. He just erratically goes back and forth. Okay, we have our chance to cut him off. Damn it. I don't know what happens if you lose the second time, honestly. Oh, which we're about to do. Oh, we're out of... Oh, no! His victory scream. Wah! You're just a kid after all. We'll come back anytime and we'll have some more fun. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's see. Bet 50 rupees and race again? Hey, hey, what's the matter? Don't you have even 50 rupees? I don't want to race with someone so poor. I'll be back. Just for demonstrative purposes here, I am walking to Hyrule Castletown to show you that anytime you approach Castletown, it instantly gets dark. It doesn't become night, but it gets all dreary and dark. And because everything is broken, including the gate, you cannot get the free 40 rupees anymore, which really sucks. So I'm just going to grind in here for now, over and over. Alright, I'm going to save this time, and I need to be doing that more often based on the crashing that happened, but I think I fixed it. But also, you got to do the whole thing again? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, let's call Epona. But that jar in the Poe Collector's shack, the ghost shop, that's right, that's what it's called. does always have a red rupee in it. So you can just go in and out and get that red rupee over and over, which, I mean, I guess I could have done it how many times? 500 divided by 20? Whatever that is. Yes, come on, let's race. Thank you. Whew, I'm glad I ended up getting 60 and not just 50. I would have been rather annoyed. Do we have to do both of them in a row again? Oh, no, we're stuck on each other. Oh, yes. How lucky are we? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's stay ahead, not be able to see because fucking Ingo, I almost called him by a different name. There's a similar looking character in a later Nintendo game whose name I almost just called him. And, ooh, by a landslide, the best Fleetwood Mac song. By far, actually. And I like Fleetwood Mac quite a bit. Shoot! Okay. Yep, I made you watch this twice. Yeah. Also, this song's pretty good. Alright, here we go. We gotta get just as lucky this time. Okay, come on. Oh, he's gonna cut us off way better this time. Okay, that's okay. We got this. Oh, man. I don't know if we do got this. I'm gonna have to freaking save and quit. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Oh, I let go of the stick! Oh, son of a bitch! Ah. Okay. I'm gonna reset. But, oh, his eyebrows are hilarious here. I'm glad we actually did end up seeing it. But I'm not letting him have these 50 rupees. I'm resetting. There, I wanted you to hear his scream again. I did it in 25 seconds that time, and I decided to grind some more rupees, so we do have room for one failure here. Ooh, and then we won't have to reset or leave and redo or anything, and we should be good. Damn it. Oh, he cornered us again. I've never had this much trouble with him. Ooh. Again, I don't think I've ever lost the second race. I think once you get the hang of it the first time, you're good. But most of the time when I've played the remake, which does feel a little easier to control somehow here. But hey, we did it in 25 seconds again. In your fucking face, dude. Guess what? My horse now. What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I bet it on the race and lost. Shoot! As I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave this ranch. I never noticed until now that they're Ingo. Oh, shut up. I'm kind of trapped in a ranch right now. Can we not do first person on Epona? I guess we can't, but you can see right there, those are Ingo emblems on the ranch gate. Oh, okay. Yep, you don't have any different text. Yep, we're stuck. Can you guess what you're supposed to do? Just take a guess. You just jump the fence. You can jump right over Ingo for a more satisfying moment, but that's a good moment too, because look at that jump. Her poor feet. We get the nice victory jingle, and guess what? Epona is our horse. We did it. Oh, it feels good. We now have a much faster way to travel around Hyrule Field and pretty much anywhere. And, oh, that was the only shot where Miyamoto himself was very particular about the cinematography, because he just kind of left that up to everybody else most of the time. But he was a big fan of like Western movies, and he really wanted that to reflect a Western movie, the shots of Epona leaving. It does look cooler if you jump over Ingo, but I've never actually done it that way before, and that does seem to be the way most people do it. But let's go back and say hi to Ingo.